Hello everyone, starting again with chapter 2 terms, concepts and their use in the sociology. Introduction part we already did. Now we are doing we are at the quasi groups. So as I have already give you the explanation of the quasi means which are these quasi groups. These are the aggregate. These are defined to be as the aggregates, or you can say that combination. That is aggregates of the people that are at the work, cinemas, audiences. You can say that, or you can say that the people at the bus stop, railways, etc. All the aggregates and the combination, these are to be regarded as the quasi groups, which lack the structure or the organization and whose members may be unaware or less aware of the existence of the grouping. Means which lacks the structures of the organization and whose members they are unaware or less aware of the existence of grouping. Social classes, status groups, age and gender groups, and the crowds can be seen as an example of the quasi groups. So various example of the quasi group is your social groups, social classes, then status growth. These are your examples of the quasi groups. Status groups, age, gender groups. And the crowd that can be seen as an example. These are the that can be seen as the examples of the quasi group. And these examples suggest the quasi group may well become the social group in time. Means it will become social group in time and in specific circumstances. Like example is there, individuals they are belonging to a particular social class or community may not be organized as the collective body. Means an individual who is belonging to the particular social class, individual person who is belonging to the particular social class, or you can say that caste or your community, they may not be organized as the collective body. And they may be yet to be infused with the sense of we feeling. But class and the caste have over a period of time given rise to the political party. Means caste and the class, it has given a rise to the political parties. Likewise, the people of different communities in India, they have over the long anti-colonial struggle that is developed an identity as collectively and group, a nation with a shared part and a common future. So the women's movement brought about the idea of the women's group and the organization. Means women's movement, it has bring you about the idea of the women's group and the organization. That is your women group, and the organizations really it provide you as the women's movement introduces the women's movement. And all these examples, so we can say that all these examples, they draw attentions to how social group emerge, changes and get modified. And a social group can said to have at least following characteristics. So which are the social characteristics which we are going to discuss in this chapter? The social characteristics are, means the social group should have at least following characteristics. That is number 1, persistent interaction, that is to provide continuity. Second characteristics, a stable pattern of these interactions. Third characteristics, a sense of belonging to identity with other members. That is to identify. Identify means to other members. Other members, that is your each individual, that is the conscious of group itself and its own set of rules, rituals, and the symbols. First of all, we will discuss these characteristics. First characteristics of social group is that persistent interactions to provide the continuity. Second is your stable pattern of these interactions, means a stable pattern, it remains stable relating to these interactions. Then a sense of belongings to identify with other members. Then fourth one is your shared interest. Shared interest. Fifth one, acceptance of the common values and norms, means common norms and values. Next one is your definable structure. So this is all about the characteristics of the social groups. Repeating once again all the characteristics. First one is your persistent interactions to provide the continuity. Second is your a stable pattern of these interactions. Third one is your sense of belongings to identify with the other members. That is, each individual is conscious of the group itself and its own set of rules, rituals, and the symbols. And fourth one is your shared interest. And last, fifth one is your acceptance of the common norms and the values. And last is your definable structure. So this is all about the characteristics of the social group. Then social structure here refers to be the pattern of regular and the repetitive interactions between the individual and the group. Means social structure, it refers to the pattern of regular and repetitive interactions, that is also between whom? Between individual and groups. And a social group thus refers to the collection of the continuously interacting the persons who share common interest, culture, values, and norms, that is within a given society. Means social group, it includes the collection of continuously interacting the persons, continuous interaction of the people or persons, collection of that one, and who shares common interest. We means collection of the people, those who share the common interest, culture, values, the culture, values, norms that is also within the given society. So this is all about till now. That's it.